In the previous podcast, we discussed how to protect trees during construction and the importance of preserving root systems and soil conditions. Today, we're going to focus on another important arboricultural practice: tree support systems, specifically cabling and bracing. These systems are used to provide supplemental support to trees with structural weaknesses. In urban environments, trees often grow in conditions that increase the likelihood of structural defects. These may include poor pruning history, restricted space, storm damage, or natural growth patterns. When these defects are identified, arborists must decide how to manage the risk. In some cases, pruning alone is not enough, and that's where support systems come in. Let's start with cabling. Cabling involves installing flexible steel cables between branches or leaders in the upper canopy. The goal is to reduce movement and limit the likelihood of failure. Cables do not hold branches rigidly in place. Instead, they allow limited movement while reducing excessive stress. Cabling is often used in trees with multiple leaders. If two stems are growing close together and forming a weak attachment, a cable can help reduce the forces acting on that union. This is especially important during high winds or storms. Now let's look at bracing. Bracing involves installing rigid rods through weak branch unions or cracks. Unlike cables, braces provide direct structural support. They are typically installed lower in the tree, closer to the area of weakness. Bracing is often used when a crack or split has already developed. The rod helps hold the structure together and prevents further separation. Cabling and bracing are often used together. For example, a tree with a weak union may be braced to stabilize the connection and cabled to reduce movement in the canopy. This combination provides both rigidity and flexibility. Now let's talk about when these systems are appropriate. Support systems are typically used when a tree has value that justifies preservation. This may include large mature trees, historically significant trees, or trees in prominent locations. If a tree has a defect but still provides significant benefits, support systems can extend its useful life. However, these systems are not permanent solutions. They require regular inspection and maintenance. Cables may need to be adjusted or replaced over time. Hardware can degrade, and the tree itself continues to grow and change. This means that trees with support systems must be monitored regularly. Another important consideration is installation. Support systems must be installed correctly to be effective. Improper installation can cause additional damage. For example, placing hardware incorrectly can create new points of weakness or interfere with natural growth. This is why cabling and bracing should only be performed by trained professionals. It's also important to understand the limitations of support systems. They reduce risk. They do not eliminate it. In some cases, the level of risk may still be unacceptable. In those situations, removal may be the better option. Now let's connect this to overall risk management. Support systems are one of several tools available to arborists. They are used alongside pruning, monitoring, and site management. The goal is always to balance safety with preservation. For the ISA Urban Forest Professional exam, understand the purpose and limitations of support systems. You should know the difference between cabling and bracing, when each system is used, the importance of inspection and maintenance, and the fact that support systems reduce, but do not eliminate, risk. Questions may involve identifying appropriate management strategies for trees with structural defects. Tree support systems allow arborists to preserve valuable trees that might otherwise be removed. They are a way of managing risk while maintaining the benefits of mature trees. In the next podcast, we'll shift to another critical area of arboriculture: tree risk assessment, and how arborists evaluate the likelihood of failure and potential consequences. You've been listening to the Arborist-podcast. Our goal is to grow our collective knowledge, one domain at a time. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe to help us keep this momentum. Until next time, let's keep growing this community together.